Am I the asshole for going to visit my dad for Father's Day instead of doing something for my husband? My husband and I have been married for 6 years and have 2 kids, 4 and 2. A few weeks ago I told my husband that I plan on going to visit my parents for Father's Day this year because my dad isn't doing so well and I know it would mean a lot to him if I visited. They live about 3 hours away, so I was planning on going by myself since it would be much easier if I didn't have the kids. He told me he understood why I was going to see my dad, but he was kind of frustrated that I would be gone all day. So I got up early yesterday and was out of the house by 6 a.m. My parents and I went out for brunch and then just sat and talked and looked through old pictures. It was a really nice way to spend the day and I know it meant the world to my dad. I must have lost track of time because I didn't leave until almost 6 p.m. When I got home around 9 p.m., my husband was just sitting in the living room watching TV, but the house was a mess. There were toys everywhere, dishes weren't done, there were kids' clothes scattered around, etc. I asked him how the day went and he just kind of grumbled at me. I started to pick some things up and asked him if he could at least do the dishes. He kind of snapped at me that he just sat down for the first time half an hour before I got home and he at least wants 1 hour to do something he wants on Father's Day. I told him it doesn't look like he's doing anything and he said exactly, I'm not doing a damn thing and it feels pretty good. So I picked things up and did the dishes and then went back and told him that I don't appreciate him snapping at me like that. He told me he had a rough day with the kids and he's just tired and wants to be left alone. I asked him what happened with the kids and he went off about how they were fighting everything all day. Our 2-year-old refused to go potty and had multiple accidents. We're in the middle of a potty training regression. Yay, both the kids refused to do bath time, bedtime was a battle, etc. I tried to change the subject and started telling him about how my parents are and what we did. When I was telling him about looking at old pictures he cut me off. He told me he's glad I had a good day, but the last thing he wants to do right now is listen to how I made my dad's Father's Day special while his sucked. He said I didn't even get him a card. Which is true, but it was on my to-do list and I forgot about it. I told him I'm sorry his Father's Day wasn't what he expected, but that this might be my dad's last one and I wanted to make it special for him. I told my husband that he has many more Father's Days in front of him so he can make a sacrifice this one time so that my dad feels special. I asked if there was anything I could do for him right then and he said yeah, give me some peace and quiet. So I did. I went to bed and cried myself to sleep because he made me feel like crap. I was just trying to do something special for my dad and my husband made me feel like an asshole.
You know, now this video, I'm gonna talk about, I guess, a couple of different things where, one, this man is way into his emotions, right? This man is very, at least in this story, right? He's very feminine in nature. Because you gotta think about this. Seriously, why is he so bothered by one day? This is the thing where you shouldn't be, you shouldn't want to be treated, you know, well, just one day. It's the commercialization of these holidays are stupid. Father's Day, fuck that. You should be celebrated every day. Mother's Day, same thing. And for you to be so into your emotions that you're upset that your wife went to visit her aging father, you're stupid. You're emotional. You're a woman. Stop being emotional. Stop being so feminine with it. So like, he's angry, he's upset. He thinks like, oh, you're not thinking about my feelings. You're not thinking about me. You're stupid, right? You're being so into your emotions. It's ridiculous. This is where I think again, this is an assumption, right? Being raised by single mothers is affecting men because we don't know how to control our emotions. We don't know how to process our emotions. And we express our emotions just like women do, which is stupid. It is enough when you're with an irrational, overly emotional woman, but when in a relationship, 2 people are overly emotional, that's a call for a headache and a red flag. So I just think that this man was needlessly overly emotional, and he shouldn't have been. Second, and that's me holding him accountable too. This is me continue holding him accountable. Where your father, you complaining about how your kids were today. Well, you should have stepped up. On a Father's Day, you want to relax. I get that, and I sympathize with that. You know, you want a bit of celebration for yourself. I do understand that. But you gotta also understand that I'm a person where it don't matter about the day. I mean, we celebrate holidays so much, it's ridiculous that we're trying to, again, it's commercialized. It's not that important. It's not that important to ring in one day of the year. No, we should do it throughout the year, throughout our lifetime. If you are a father, celebrate it all the time. For him to not be able to handle his children one day is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I also believe that this is also a problem with parenting and probably fathers, right? Nowadays fathers, because he doesn't know how to discipline his children. You don't know how to command respect from your children. It's for men, even if they're small children, if you are doing your job right, they will, I want to say necessarily fear, but you will be able to command respect and attention from them. That's plain and simple. Even if they're small, I've seen it, and I personally have done it too, where even they're small, they will still understand that you are the authority, especially if you're the father, especially if you're the man. You command respect. You show discipline. You actually enact some discipline. I hate how society is now today, where they think punishment or physical punishment is abuse. I've always said there's a line that you can cross where physical punishment becomes abuse. That's plain and simple. It depends. First of all, it depends on the degree you do it at and the intent you have it. Where you're just thinking about you want to just beat somebody, that's abuse. But when you're trying to think that, you know what, you want to rein in attitude, you want to rein in emotions and just have them. I think, you know what, personally, you got to have a bit of fear when it comes to authority, right? I mean, you don't want to facilitate only fear, but your children have to understand that they have to fear authority. They have to respect authority and fear authority. And that is the man's position where, I don't want to piss off dad. I don't want to act out because I'm scared that of punishment, right? I'm scared that my dad will get mad. I'm scared to get a beating. But again, I'm old school, but I also want to put in a bit of a modern idea where I've said it. There is physical punishment and there is abuse. Plain and simple. I believe that those are two separate things. So, I think men, especially fathers, should learn how to instill that line of respect from their kids, because that's helpful for the future. You have to respect authority, period. And now this is the part where I'm going to hold the woman accountable. Yes, it's great that you want to visit your aging father, and that's perfect. But I think that's the point where communication is the key. Now, your emotional husband, wanted, I don't know, spend time with you, or he wanted a day for himself. Okay, why not learn to communicate better, more effectively? In essence, I'm saying, okay, talk to him, say, okay, I want to visit my father on this day because he's aging. We might not have him for long. How about let's tomorrow or next week? It's all you. It's all your day, right? It's I'll take the kids away. You can spend the day how you want it. Shit like that. Or she should have he said, remember a card, fine, buy a card for him. I think that's stupid. I think what I just said, where you actually communicate, compromise, find a way around certain things to, make your partner happy and do what you are set out to do. You want to visit your father on that day? Fine. Say, babe, let's, how about next Sunday? It's your day. I'm going to take the kids out or whatever. I'm going to do this, whatever, how you figure it out. Okay. What fits for your relationship. That's where you talk about, and it shows you that you're actually thinking about your partner as well. But you have you have other obligations and responsibilities or wants, but you want to try to fit everything in. I said it. Father's Day, it does not have to be just a day. Showing him that you love him other days is important too. So really just saying, babe, today I want to do this, but we don't have to be, it doesn't have to just be today. Let's do it next week. This is that. You know? That's compromise. That's effective communication, and that shows you that you care for your partner. You want to get what is it? Facilitate or not facilitate? Make him happy as well. Period. So I think that's the problem where we're not fully thinking about our partners when we do certain things, and we're not focusing on our partner's happiness. That my example is like you are focusing on their happiness, but you are also, focusing on other things as well. So really, you're taking into consideration how to also make your partner happy, but do other things that you feel are important as well. That's what we forget that. Oh, I can't do it today. I gotta visit my father. Okay, I'm going to visit my father. You're not thinking about his happiness. You're not thinking about your partner. So I'm holding the women accountable too.